Hello everyone and welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are in the NASCAR playoffs and we are about to go racing once again in Savannah, Georgia. Racing again in Georgia. That's right, we're back here for the second race at Atlanta here, the second Folds of Honor 500, and we're about to go racing here in the playoffs. That's right, let's talk about the news that we have today. What do we have? Well, so far we got Greg Biffle. He's pretty much safe going into the rest of the playoffs for the most part, points-wise. A bunch of other guys, though, are definitely going to be looking at trying to point their way in, and obviously at the end of the race we will try to do a recap of who's in and who's out, and we will get you that info as much as we can. That's right. Don't forget to tune in next week as we go racing once again at Bristol. The greatest, the last great Coliseum. That's right, we're going to be heading over there for the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race, so you're not going to want to miss out on that, as we're going to have some amazing racing on one of our fastest short tracks. And caution is out. Yeah, we saw that car spin back there. Wasn't quite sure if it was going to get a caution or not, but it is out. I'm going to say nobody's going to pit here. That's exactly what happened. No one pits. And you see there, Greg Biffle has moved up to the 30th position from his starting position of 38th. Not bad, but definitely going to want to improve on that for the stage finish. Precisely, yeah. Greg Biffle and Roush Fenway brought the Mac Tools number 16 car here today. Definitely one of their nicest schemes this season, I must say. Not quite as chaotic as some of the other ones they have done, so I'm definitely impressed with how this scheme does. I'm going to take a zoom out. There it is. Pretty good looking scheme there, going racing. Everybody kind of loose there, going into turns 3 and 4. Got Ross Chastain there. Got the 43 getting loose, and there goes the 43 around. This is definitely a loose racetrack, and it looks like that's going to bring out another caution there as well, and it does. Second caution of the race is out, as these cars seem to be very loose on the racetrack here today. Precisely, definitely a lot of spins already, 2 so far, both of them bringing out cautions, so causing damage to multiple race cars. We'll have to see how that continues on. There we go, a nice look at the number 16 car. Now one thing we're noticing here is the 16 car does not have takeoff speed. He has long run speed, but he does not have takeoff speed. So obviously I'm thinking that this is more of a long run car, not very good at the short run. So he's going to want a long green flag lap stretch going on at the end of this race if he wants to get anywhere near the front. Now so far he has been having a bit of an issue getting close to the front. Really has not happened much here so far. We're going to have to check in with his teammates at some point as we have another spinner. Yeah, Greg Biffle just charging on through there, getting through the cars, a little bit of front end damage, not too much there, but yeah, charging it in. It's go time. You only have a few laps left. It's almost the end of the race, technically, for a lot of these guys, because points are what are so important for all of these playoff guys. There you see him threading the needle between the 22nd and 21st cars there, as he's trying to get up into the top 20. A little bit of a spin. Car looks a little bit loose as he's going up towards the top. Looks like he gained some speed up there. That's right, that is one thing that is amazing about this racetrack. If you can get the car loose, it can actually be a far faster car on these turns. That's right, that's definitely something we've seen a lot. These looser cars, as you go on into the long run, make these cars very, very fast, and makes the competition kind of just disappear. You see him getting behind Bush a little bit loose there. Denny Hamlin running a patriotic type of FedEx scheme here today for the Folds of Honor. And they're loose. Ryan Blaney and Greg Biffle into the wall. Huge wreck as we come to the end of stage 1. Ryan Newman gets third, so pretty high up there. And Martin Truex Jr. is your stage winner. But yes, everyone got loose there on the final stage. And the final turn going to the green and white checker. Yeah, so that's going to be something they're going to be looking at, is they're going to need a little bit more grip in the rear end just so that it doesn't spin out as much. So that's going to be something that they're going to be looking at fixing. They're going to be taking 4 tires, full tank of gas, I'd say, and we'll see how they end up. Greg Biffle ends up 4th, right next to his teammate Ryan Newman. The Roush Fenway Fords are about to get going here behind Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano. Yeah, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, and Kyle Busch. These are definitely the powerhouses so far in this playoff. Ryan Newman, they're making a beautiful move there underneath Truex and Logano, who have started off slow. The Roush Fenway cars having a little bit more speed there off the line. You see Logano coming up, and you see Blaney. Blaney's going to remember that little issue that they had, I'm sure, with Biffle going in there. But that is one thing. I believe, points-wise, Blaney is out of the playoffs, so messing with a playoff driver there will not be a good idea. Yes, and you also saw Martin Truex Jr. take a peek to the inside of the 16, tried to get underneath with the nose, and almost got Greg Biffle loose. Joey Logano and Ryan Truex Jr. has pushed the 16 car off the groove. Yeah, amazingly he was able to catch that. I was surprised that car did not go around into the wall, but yeah, that was fascinating. Right, and we have our friend down there on the pits. Let's go to Steve. Alright, everyone, guys, so this is what's going on here with Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle fighting a loose car. Tire pressures in the back are not low enough. Car wants to step out from the rear end, causing his car to be very loose. He says that on the end of the last run, the car was very good. Was able to get him quite a lot of speed around those turns, but the car is way too loose early on, and they're going to be working on trying to bring down those tire pressures and tighten this car up. Yeah, so that's kind of something that they've been dealing with almost all years, just that loose race car thing that's really been unhelpful. But they've also had that weird tight problem that they've had as well with the cars, where the car just shoots right towards the wall. A really weird issue that they've been having with this Roush Fenway chassis for whatever reason. Don't really know what's going on there, but definitely an issue that they're going to want to fix if they want to continue on into the playoffs. Yes, exactly. Excuse me. Who brought the cat into the... who brought the cat in?
Oh boy.
Oh. I gotta go get some nose spray. Hold on.
Alright guys, we've really got to start sweeping these moves a lot better, because I don't know where all the cat's coming from, but he's having a terrible time with those cat fur allergies there, and we really need to fix that. He's having a pretty tough time there. So what we got going on here is we got 8 laps of fuel remaining. What's the story on pit road?
The story on pit road is that everyone should be able to make it fuel-wise all the way around. The problem is tire wear. How is that going to play in, as this place always has extreme tire wear, and they're going to be looking at that here as we count down the laps to the end of stage 2. But what could potentially happen at that stage, no one really knows at this point, as a caution is out. That's right, we got a caution. Don't know where it is. Ryan Newman, Martin Truex Jr. continue to be the ones in the lead. Very good, and everyone is pitting, so I'm going to say everybody's going to probably come off, get a little top off of fuel, and take tires. And what do we have? Alright, so obviously Greg Biffle having that issue with a loose race car. They brought down the tire pressures in the rear down once again. Lowered both tires in the rear, trying to get that car a little bit more grip in the rear end.
He says that the wedge feels excellent, but still fighting that loose race car from the rear. Alright, so we are back under green here. I'm afraid we're still having our buddy there with his allergies. He's trying to get that cleared up as quickly as he can, and he'll be back in the booth hopefully. We've gotten the cat out, so that is helpful. But yeah, that's definitely unhelpful for him, so we really got to start checking these places a lot better there. As we move, Greg Biffle running there in the top 14. Ryan Blaney's also been running pretty consistently up here in the top 15 as well. See BJ McLeod still trying to get into the front, doing pretty good in that 78 car there. As he spins out Greg Biffle. Amazing. And so Greg Biffle will finish 40th in this stage, being spun out by BJ McLeod. So that's been a bit of a pretty big part of yeah, that's been a battle that's been going on for a while now, so we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. But that's been a pretty serious feud. And we got our buddy back, and we're about to go green here in the third stage. That's right, I'm back, and thank you to everyone who's concerned, but I feel much better now. And hopefully we won't have any more cats in studios again. That's really getting on my allergy nerve, so to speak. But we're back to racing. What do we have? Well, what we have is BJ McLeod put the fender or bumper to number 16 of Greg Biffle. That spun him around quite a bit, sent him down low, had to kind of check up and catch it, and he was able to do so without much damage, but still quite a bit of a vicious little fight going on there between the 16 Roush Fenway and the 78. Ah, very good. And so that has been a feud that has been playing out quite a lot this season here. As you see, Joey Logano extremely loose there. He's finally able to catch the car, and he will fall back a few positions, but Joey Logano very loose there. But yes, the BJ McLeod feud between him and Greg Biffle has been extreme, to say the least. We're going to be looking as they come by here, with 11 laps to go, and about 11 laps of fuel remaining. What's the story on pit road? Well, the story, guys, is that most unlikely everyone should be able to make it. We do have the potential of tires blowing, and that could possibly bring out a caution. More than likely, we will not see a green lap pit stop, but we will see more than likely a caution prior to this race ending. Yeah, you see the 16 ducking with the number 2 past that 78, not wanting any issues from that 78 Camaro there, as he's trying to get this Ford Mustang into the front. Yeah, so we also saw a bit of a lead change there. What's the story on that? That's right, so Ryan Newman decided to come down, get 4 brand new tires, also to fill up on the fuel. Also had a wedge adjustment, car was getting a little bit too tight later on into the run, even with how loose the other Roush Fenway cars are running later on in the run. So got that fixed, and he started about 28th, I believe, and he's trying to move his way back up. Yeah, you also see Greg Biffle on older tires, but he is putting some serious laps here on the other drivers with older tires. What's the story on that? Right, Otis, the story on that is that while Greg Biffle does have older tires, for the most part of that final run in Stage 2, he did not use them at full speed, so definitely saved a lot of tread on those tires due to that incident with the McLeod issue. And so that has definitely been playing into his tire strategy so far. Alright, very good. So Greg Biffle definitely looking like he's going to finish here pretty good there. Got a call on pit road. Don't know who that is. Cannot see. Yes, the Greg Biffle number 16 car is loose. Kind of hit that line there. Kind of jerked up, but looks like he has got it. But yeah, later on in these runs, that's where those tires really start to wear out, and these guys are really chasing them.
Exactly, so obviously Greg Biffle trying to get as much time, I believe, in front of everyone else. Looks like Kyle Busch is pitting. Chase Elliott has remained out. Looks like we have several other drivers pitting as well. But more than likely, this is not necessarily for fuel, but mostly for tires. So we're going to have to see who is able to make it all the way to the end. It looks like a bit of a runaway at this point, but we also are possibly expecting a caution to happen at any minute. We'd like to thank Summit Sporting and Car Equipment, as they are a long-time sponsor here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Make quality tools and quality car lovers gear, so make sure you check them out. They also have an amazing selection of die-casts. Yeah, those guys, when they make die-casts, they make them good. Those things are nice. So, alrighty, back to where we're at. Brad Keselowski currently in second, nowhere near Greg Biffle, so Greg Biffle is definitely running away with it still here as we are coming to a close here. It's amazing how fast this track is, and Greg Biffle definitely doing a good job staying out in front. Montrix Jr. takes the second spot back, and we have traffic. That's right, traffic, as we see the number 43 slow on the backstretch due to a blown tire. That's going to cause him some issues. Greg Biffle continues to remain out. Montrix Jr. reclaims the second position as Greg Biffle continues to drive very hard on that car. Potential that he won't make it to the end without taking new tires. Very unlikely, but as I'm saying, caution is likely. Even with these pit stops, you have a caution potential that's pretty big right now. So one thing that they're going to be watching is they're going to be watching how much tires, and there you go. He was told that he needs to come in next lap, so we're kind of watching here to see how far he can make it. 2 laps remaining. 2 laps remaining, but not much fuel, not much tires. So that's the question. Is like, do you take the gamble and just take some tires, or do you come in and make it sure? Yeah, that's going to be the problem here. He's got not too much left on tires. And Greg Biffle is coming down for a green flag pit stop. We really expected a caution to happen here, but it will not happen. We're taking a splash of fuel and 4 Goodyear tires, and down at the pits. That's right, a really hot aching call by the team. They really are very, very afraid of what could potentially happen here. Bringing Greg Biffle down. He is in his stall, and they are started, but can they get him back out before the cars that are lapped down at this point? Can they get him back out prior to them coming back to take the lead? That is the question. 4 Goodyear tires going on right now. Alright, and there he is. He is out. Yeah, Kyle Busch coming quickly. That's right, Kyle Busch. He has cycled back through to be in that second position. You see Alex Bowman there, very close behind. But that number 16 team, they got him out there for the final lap. Here he comes. And it looks like it will be an easy win for the 16 here. Amazing. That's right, as Greg Biffle comes and wins at Atlanta. That's right, we got Greg Biffle there, your winner here at Atlanta. Absolutely amazing as Greg Biffle burns it down here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Congratulations to him and the entire Roush Fenway organization as they will continue on into the playoffs with extra points. That's right, the likelihood of him getting to the Final Four, I'd say, is very likely at this point. So we will be glad to see him there a little bit later on. And here you are, everyone, with the playoff standings. That's right, some pretty important standings here. We have Greg Biffle there. He is safe
through to the next round. You also see Kyle Busch is also safe, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., BJ McLeod obviously trying to have that feud with Greg Biffle, obviously causing mayhem there in the playoffs, but yeah, there's your playoff standings.
Alright everyone, thank you for watching the Folds of Honor 500 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Don't forget to tune in next time for the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race at Bristol Motor Speedway. We will see you here next time on NASCAR.